Hello people who search the interwebs, my name is Natalie and welcome back to my channel. It's been a long time since I did my book video, my one book video. I have been reading. I'm a very slow reader for starters. I did make this book video in either February or it was March. Maybe it was February before I went on spring break. With all these books that I ordered. I've gone through a couple of them. I'm a slow reader and I had no time to read in April and May because I was graduating in May and I had AP tests and everything, and I literally had so many grad parties and I was just so busy, so I did not have very much time to read. But today I'm going to be reviewing TikTok's most popular books and telling you if they are worth it or not. So the 5 books I'm going to be reviewing in this video that are the popular BookTok books is The Silent Patient. I hope you guys haven't seen too many reviews on these books. I feel like these are the most popular books. 7 Husbands of Evelyn, Hugo, One of Us is Lying, People, Women on Vacation, or You and Me on Vacation, which is the UK version, and then Verity. This is It Ends With Us, but it's by the same author, Colleen Hoover. I have not read this book yet, but this one's standing in for Verity, but I'm going to put it to the side because I just wanted a book to show, you know? I'm going to start with the first book that I bought, the first book that got me into the reading world, which is People, Men on Vacation by Emily Henry. I'm actually reading Beach Read right now, which is by Emily Henry as well. Look how cute the covers are together. This one is called You and Me on Vacation in the UK. And the covers are different, obviously, but this cover is probably my favorite cover. It's so cute. And this author, Emily Henry, just released a 3rd book called Book Lovers. So I think I'm going to go to Target tomorrow and see if they have it and some other books. But this is a romance book, and the 2 main characters are named Poppy and Alex. And basically, this is a interchanging timeline. So they go on a vacation every summer. Then 2 summers ago, there was some big falling out between the 2 of them, and they haven't talked since then. And Poppy is the book is in her perspective, and she's unsatisfied with her life. She feels like she has accomplished everything she wants to, and one of her coworkers asks her what do you think is missing in your life, and she thinks Alex is missing from her life. So she go ahead and calls him, and she's a travel agent, so she travels for work, and asks him if he wants to join her on her next excursion, and he says yes. And there's a bunch of things that happen in this book, and then it's a romance, so you can guess what happens in the end. But it's it goes back and forth from 10 summers ago to current summer, then 9 summers ago to the current summer, then 8 summers until it gets to what happened. And then obviously things happen, and it's really good. I rated this 4 stars. Super cute. A lot of times I don't rate romances 5 out of 5 stars. It has to be an amazing romance, but I really love this book. It's really cute, and I definitely would recommend. I think TikTok did a really great job with recommending this book. I got this one at Target. You can get it on Amazon or Barnes & Noble or wherever. Then the next book I read is The Silent Patient, and you can get this book hardcover or paperback. I just got the hardcover version, and I love it. It's red and has gold spine. It's so cool. This is by Alex Michaelis. I don't know if I said that name correctly, but he also wrote a book called The Maidens, which is a similar vibe to this. So I really want to read this because this is my favorite book I've read so far out of all the books I've read, and I'm obsessed with it. I think about this book at night. It is a thriller, mystery, murder mystery. So basically, there is this girl. I can't remember what her name is. What is her name? Alicia. So Alicia, one day, just randomly, she's in a great relationship with her husband, Gabriel, and one day she just randomly kills him, and the cops walk in on her. She's got blood everywhere and stuff, and after she kills him, she never speaks again, and she's in a psych ward, and this guy named Theo comes, and he's a reporter, or not a reporter, he's a therapist. He gets a job at the psych ward that she's in, and he tries to interview her and get her to talk, and a lot happens in this book. The ending is, in my opinion, it's unpredictable. I can usually guess the ending of some books, which is why I'm super picky with my thriller books, but this ending just was crazy. crazy. There was like a fake ending in there, and then the real ending gets revealed at the end, and it's like, whoa, what just happened? Like, I went back and like reread parts at the beginning, and I really want to go back and reread this book again and see if I can find any hints to like anything that happened. It has chapters where it's mainly in Theo's point of view, but there's chapters where it's Alicia's diary, because he finds it in her ward, like in her room, and he goes and like visits her family and stuff and asks questions so that he can try and get her to talk. And it is definitely a thriller. Is there anything else that I'm missing? I don't think so. It's amazing. This is a 5 out of 5 star for sure. I highly recommend this book. It's not like, it's like creepy, but not in the way that like you would think. It's just like a mind-blowing like ending. The ending is totally worth it. If you are like not enjoying this book at the beginning, wait till the end because it will throw you for a loop. It's crazy. Then I read The Seven Husbands of Evelyn Hugo, and this one is a romance / kind of sad book. I went into this book having zero idea what this was about. So this is Evelyn Hugo on the cover, and she is like this ultra famous Hollywood star. She's kind of like the Marilyn Monroe of this book, and so she's like the biggest thing ever. And in her lifetime, she has 7 husbands, and there's this girl who goes to interview her, Monique Grant, right? Yeah, Monique Grant, and she goes to interview Evelyn Hugo, and she doesn't know why. So in the book, it does get revealed eventually why Evelyn chose her specifically, because Monique is just kind of like an unknown magazine reporter, and she's like, why would this super ultra rich celebrity want me to be like write this book about her life? Basically, she asked Monique to write a book about her life, and so it again kind of alternates point of views where it's Monique and then Evelyn talking about the past, like of each of her 7 husbands. So the book is split up into 7 like long chapters. I guess there's like chapters in between each, and it talks about each of the 7 husbands. There are trigger warnings that I would look up for this book for sure. The ending is really sad, but I love this book because there's like different things. Hopefully I can find one that doesn't spoil anything, but they have like fake little newspaper clippings for chapters where it's Evelyn, and then like emails for chapters when it has to do with Monique. So I just think that's really cool and a really cute touch that Taylor Jenkins Reid added. I have not read Malibu Rising yet, but I have it. And then I also want to read One True Loves, which is also by Taylor Jenkins Reid. This book is incredible. I rated it 5 out of 5 stars. The next book I read was One of Us is Lying. This is the first book I read that I didn't like. I rated this a 3 out of 5 stars. It's not horrible. They made this into a TV show, but I probably won't watch it. I also got this hardcover. I like the book a lot. It has a sequel called One of Us is Next, but I think you could read both of them as a standalone, because there's only one like minor character in this book is the main character of the other book, one of the siblings of one of these 4. But basically, these 4 people, there is the jock, the nerd, the popular girl, and the like stoner guy. And they're all in detention with kind of like the class clown, like annoying kid, and he just drops dead, just in detention. And you know, one of them is lying, or all of them is lying. But this guy, the guy who died, his name is Simon, he has this blog that kind of reveals secrets about people. So like they have motive for all 4 of these people of why they want to kill them, and it kind of is revealed like why they're all in the detention together and stuff. But so I thought this was going to be them 4 teaming up together, because they didn't know each other before, because they're all in very different cliques, teaming up together and figuring out who killed Simon or what happened. It is not about Simon like that much. Like I ordered the second book when I was about 50 pages in, because that's when it was like the drama was happening. Like half the book until it's revealed what happens is just about like them making relationships with each other. So there's like very good like side plots of romance, and I guess like you kind of need to understand their personal lives in order to understand like the secrets and stuff that was getting revealed about them, and like some of it ties into the ending. But like I wish it was more about the investigation of Simon. It just kind of talks about their feelings. It has all 4 of their point of views though, which is really cool. And it's not like, I kind of thought it was going to be like something happens, and then all 4 of them talk about it, and then something else happens. They're all like progressing the thing along. I guessed part of the ending. There's a part that like I don't think anybody could guess again. But like the whole big thing I did guess because I'm a chronic guesser. So yeah, 3 out of 5 stars. It's not my favorite. I will probably eventually read One of Us's next, but because it's like that one's about a truth or dare app, and they're trying to figure out who started it. This one's about like a police investigation into Simon's murder, but I don't know, it just wasn't my favorite. And the last book is Verity, which is by Colleen Hoover. This is not the book. I'll insert a picture. It's black with like green, like it looks like a baby is like upside down. This also is a 5 out of 5 star book. It's so good. You can probably see a theme. Literally all the thrillers, except for Some Husbands, Evelyn, Hugo, are 5 out of 5 stars because thrillers and mystery, murder mystery, horror books are like my favorite. And then I read cute little romance books in between to like, so I'm not terrified. But Verity, it's so good. I loved it. I had to sleep with the light on though. It's creepy, but it's like, it's creepy, but it's not a mystery. You know what's gonna happen. I can't say anything about like what I mean by that in it, but like you know what's gonna happen. It hints towards it, but just like it just blows your mind. So it's about this girl. What's her name? Shoot, I don't remember what her name is. So a struggling author named Lowen runs into this like, oh, that's kind of spoiling it. Let me retrace. So this girl named Lowen, she's a struggling author. So she writes all these books, and you know she's kind of like not in a great place in her life. She's like, her mom just passed away, and she's like losing a lot of her fan base for her books, and she's kind of in like a writing slump, and she's getting evicted out of her apartment and stuff. And she just gets a call, or she goes to this meeting with her manager, and meets this guy named Jeremy, whose wife is Verity. His name is Jeremy in the Crawfords. So Jeremy and Verity. Verity was an author, like a very famous author, and she was in a traumatic accident and is now paralyzed and unable to move, and he wants Lowen to finish writing the books for her. It wasn't revealed why he picked her. I don't remember. There's so much that happened in this book that like I don't remember like that little tiny thing. But like Colleen Hoover is an amazing author. Like anytime your like tension starts to go away, there's like a twist. Something happens. It's crazy. But she goes and lives with them to try and rewrite the last 2 books of Verity's series, but just like all these like creepy things are happening in this house, and she's like doesn't know whether to leave or stay or like whatever. She's trying to like investigate without Jeremy knowing because he seems like this nice guy, and she has a kid, and then she finds Verity's like manuscript, and she's not sure if it's her journal or a book, and she like reads it at night, and it like really freaks her out because it's like terrifying. Literally, there's definitely got to be some trigger warnings in this book, like not normal ones, just like I don't want to say anything without spoiling anything, so look up the trigger warnings. They're going to be kind of specific for this book, but if I say it's going to give away the book, so definitely look up trigger warnings for Verity if you want to read it for sure. There is like death and stuff in it, and like accidents and things like that. And then the ending has this like crazy open ending because like you think that like everything's coming to a close, and then bam, open ending. You don't know. You can choose. I definitely like went back and forth after I read the first book, but like I want to believe the one thing, but like I don't know. It's pretty crazy. If I were to recommend any of these 5 books, I'd recommend Verity, but The Silent Patient was my favorite, but they're really close. They're kind of similar in a sense, like you think you can trust something and then bam, they throw you for a loop. But The Silent Patient is not an open ending. It reveals everything. You don't feel left unsatisfied with Verity. Like you're very satisfied with the ending. It's just like you can choose who to trust. It's great. 5 out of 5 star for sure. That was my first Colleen Hoover book I read. The reason I refused to read this is because I don't really like sad books. Some Husbands of Evelyn Hugo was about as sad as I will probably get. So, yeah. I hope you enjoyed this video. More reviews be coming soon. This one's more of just like a summary and recommendation. And I would say that most of TikTok's book recommendations are very worth it. I would 100% say that. I'm super excited to read other books, and I'm constantly on BookTok always looking for book recommendations. Go ahead and comment some down below or talk about any other TikTok books you enjoy and want to recommend to people. Any of these books in here. If you like them, if you loved One of Us Was Lying, I'm sorry. Wasn't my favorite. I did have the wrong expectation going into it. Kind of my fault, but whatever. Hope you enjoyed. Make sure to give this video a huge thumbs up, like and subscribe. Or comment and subscribe, sorry. And I'll see you all in my next video. Bye, guys.